Greetings, History of Art 2 students. My name is Dan Seidel, and I'll be leading you through our semester-long journey through the history and development of Western art history from the beginning of the Renaissance to the beginning of the modern period. I just thought I would introduce myself to you, show you my face, give you a sense of who it is behind all of those emails, and behind the voice that you'll hear in the lectures throughout the semester. And I also wanted to give you a sense of how I'll conduct the course as well. First of all, I'm trained as an art historian, historian of modern contemporary art history and theory. I spent about a decade as a chief curator of a university art museum in the Midwest. My current teaching appointment is at the King's College in New York City. I'm a senior fellow of modern art history and theory and criticism there. It's a small liberal arts evangelical college. But I live in South Florida with my family, and I commute to New York to teach. And I also teach online at Azusa Pacific with Concordia Irvine and also Concordia St. Paul. So I love teaching in any form I can. I have an opportunity to do so, and I'm particularly interested in communicating what I see or sharing with students what I believe to be the most exciting and also one of the more least understood creative cultural practices in the modern period, and that is art making. And I see art as playing an important role in our cultural lives, in our political lives, in our spiritual and theological and philosophical lives as well. And so what I'll be doing throughout this class is connecting the visual arts to philosophy and theology, political and intellectual history, to give you a sense of why the arts and why the visual arts in particular are so important, and why they are part of a deep part of our Western heritage. I'm going to conduct the course in a slightly different way than perhaps you may be used to in other online courses. This course will be conducted exclusively through email. I will write you an email each Monday, which will introduce the week's topic, which will provide you a link to the lecture, which I taped a few years ago, and which will be utilized as the basis for our exploration. The lectures are on Blackboard, but I won't be using Blackboard, our course site, as a platform. So you'll be able to get the link to the lecture, and then I will, in each of the emails, I'll give you a study prompt question that is not required. You do not have to write a response to me, but it'll be used. I conceive of it as a way for you to guide your study through each of the weeks. There'll be 4 writing assignments. There'll be a shorter, about a 500 or 750 word, 2 shorter 500 to 750 word responses, and then 2 longer 1,000 to 1,200 word midterm and final. So there'll be 4 writing assignments. There'll be reading assignments from the textbook, from Gardner's Art Through the Ages, that will also guide the lectures. But the lectures are the most important component of our time, and I want you to be very familiar with them, perhaps. And they're not too long, between 35 and an hour and 10 minutes, depending on the subject matter and the topic, and they'll give you a perspective for seeing that those works of art that we'll be looking at. And one of the things I want you to be thinking about is how the visual arts participate in, help us understand other dimensions of culture, whether it's science or politics, theology or philosophy, and how paintings and sculpture in particular embody those developments. For what we'll be looking at from the Renaissance and the 15th century in Italy to the late 19th century, early 20th century in France, in Paris in particular, you're looking at the arc of the modern period, and we'll be talking about how that distinguishes itself from the medieval Christian worldview that dominated Western Europe for 1,000 years. So I hope this is helpful to you. You'll be in your writing. You'll be emailing me directly your responses, and I'll be responding to you directly. Please email me with any questions. I'm looking forward to our time together, and I look forward to getting to know you in an online capacity as the semester unfolds. And I hope you're as excited as I am in this journey we'll be taking together. Take care.